Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back, welcoming you to the Friday night chop session with Stormybman for this Friday, January 28th, the last Friday in the month of January for the year 2022. And this is number 140, and we're calling this one Ain't No Half Steppin', huh? Want to say salute to the mighty LDBC. What's going on with your chat? Good to see you guys are out there in good numbers this evening and ready to roll with me, and I'm ready to roll with you. So we're going to get going on another Friday night chop session where we talk about what's happening, what's on the words and mouths and minds of the boxing community. Had a chance to have a great boxing rap show last night. If you guys didn't get a chance to check it out, we had a roundtable discussion on many subjects, and a few of the brothers stopped in from the community and helped out with that show. And I thought it was a tremendous success of having great boxing conversation. So thank you for those who participated both in viewing, in the chat, and those who participated on the panel. So always being gracious with that, and just overwhelmed with that type of support. So again, thank you all. Don't forget to smash that like button as you come into the building, because we are here, but we're here to also be supportive. So if you're going to be in here, hit that like button. It's the least you could do. Huh? Because I ain't got nobody checking at the door, like a bouncer to shake you down, check your pockets and your purses, to see if you got a little bit of that paper or some change, So the least you can do is hit that like button for Stormybman. And haven't done my little personal advertisements in a while, so we're going to begin with that, For those of you who just been trying to ignore the link, I'm going to put it up on the screen for you because it is in the description box, and all you have to do is click on it where you can get yourself some Stormybman merchandise. I shouldn't have to remind folks, but I do, because some of you guys out here, you're a little bit lazy about trying to support Stormy with the gear, but I'm going to continue to talk about it in your ear. You're going to get you some Stormybman merchandise. It's that link right here on the screen, and it's also in the description box. You can always just click on that, and over there you'll find we have things like the Stormybman coffee mug for your morning java. When you get up in the morning and you watching BFTB with his early morning grind and Junior the Truth, you can pour your favorite beverage in here. Now, I know some of you guys don't drink coffee. You drink that Irish coffee. You know what I'm saying? So it holds that as well. So get you one of them coffee mugs and go out there and support a mug, like Stormybman. Don't be thrifty. It's past the holidays and everything now. You can also get over there and get you one of these baseball caps, the Stormybman caps, and they come in an assortment of colors. This right here is on display. I have one of these myself. It's the black, with the basic logo, but we got some that are multiple tone. We got camouflage. Just go on over there and you can click on the one that's for you, And we have variety, because variety is the spice of life. That's right. I'm old school, and I can remember those sayings like that. We also have, for some of you, that think y'all students, or at least be trying to perpetrate, get it out, perpetrate like you are a student or you got some business to attend to. We got the Stormybman backpacks. You can put all your goodies in the backpack, carry it over your shoulder and everything. For those that won't want to look like a real businessman carrying a briefcase, these serve the purpose just as well. You could also put some of your gym gear in there. For those of you who like to pretend you're going for a workout, make people think you come to the gym to do something, and you got your gear all stored up in your Stormybman backpack here. Works well for that. It comes in 2 colors, and it's got the logo on there just slightly, because you don't have to just be bold and brash with it. Sometimes subtlety is the best serving item there. So, and speaking of items, we got this Stormybman windbreaker. The windbreaker is popular, I'm telling you. And when the springtime comes, you might want to be out there. It comes in 3 colors. Right here you see the black on display, but we have gold, and then we have something like a metallic silver. It's really a rain jacket serving as a windbreaker, and it has a packable zipper line jacket just across the chest there that'll allow you to fold it up, stash it away if it's a rainy day. I'm telling you, this merchandise is good stuff. Stormy got good stuff out here, man. It's quality. You can ask the brother Junior the Truth, who managed to pick himself up one of these, the Stormybman hoodie, which is what I'm wearing right now. This one now comes in 4 different colors. Okay, so just be mindful. The quality of it is very nice. Hey, it's nice and warm, And who can miss that Stormybman logo that's right on the front of it right there, Get you one of these. Get one for the family, each and every one of you. It's a good item. Very proud of the hoodies. The t-shirts also with the same design, same colors, but only in t-shirt fashion. These are great for any of you that are out there that like to sport the tees. Get you some of these in the variety of colors that they come in, Ain't nothing wrong with doing that. And lastly, as a reminder, Stormybman is still a representative of the Black Gentleman's Grooming Company, And for those of you who have invested in some of the products, you know that you found a good thing when you found the Black Gentleman Grooming Company's gear. Great deodorants, great lotions, everything, soap. I'm telling you, beard oils is for the gentleman and woman in you. Try yourself some. It's all out there for you. And don't forget, you get 10% off discount when you mention the code Stormybman. So don't be lazy. Be out there and be supportive and support the Black Gentleman Grooming Company and your boy Stormybman. Now let's get to a little roll call we got up in here. I see a few people have come in and a few people have walked away soon as I start putting the advertisements for the merchandise on the screen. So you know what? If you're going to walk, that's fine, because it ain't going to stop me from my talk, right? A condo is out there. He says, salute Seafood, salute to you. G5 Gabe is out there saying salute Sensei in the chat. Jose Diaz is back with us saying salute Stormybman in the chat. Andrew Charles as well saying Stormybman salute. Alvin Davis saying salute Stormybman in chat. Detroit, BC. That's a new face I have here, unless that's someone who's changed their name, saying salute. The Queen Tay Brown. MMA Combat Entertainment is out there saying Stormybman, good evening. Master Seafood, good evening to you. Thomas, channel member, is out there saying salute Stormy. I hope all is well. Yeah, I'm feeling very good this evening. And the OG, Bruce Goes Boxing, Jazz and More, and channel member, is back with us saying salute Stormybman. and everybody else. Let's see who else. William Old School Arden is out there saying salute Stormybman. And it just jumped on me a little bit. Ashley's Corner is back saying, I'm still working, but I had to come through and show some love. I appreciate that, Queen. I appreciate you showing some love there. Welcome down Ram. Big Steppin is in the building saying peace to the chat. Salute to the trill. Hashtag LDBC. Hashtag Bomb Squad. And hashtag till this day. Huh? What else we got out here? A few more people saluting one another. And the chat is moving a little bit. Jose Diaz says, it was really good. It was actually great. Okay, what was that, Jose Diaz? What are you talking about? What was great? Let's see. We got more people. Ashley's Corner says, I'm going to get merchandise 100. Okay, please do so. The sooner we can move some of these items, the sooner I can usher in some new ones, because I got some shirts that's designed specifically for the ladies, but I haven't been able to get them into the mix yet because they let me know I hadn't moved enough of the current stuff. So I have to get this stuff off the shelves, man. It's sitting there waiting to jump right into your dresser drawer and on your bodies, huh? So start, order up 2-3 of them, man. Just do it, huh? That's how you do it. A condo is laughing. And let's see who else we got out here. Bruce Gold says, great convo last night, Stormy B, man. Yes, sir. Enjoyed that very much. I hope the audience enjoyed it as well. Thrill Hill is back saying, salute Stormy B. Salute to you. Thomas is saying salute to everyone in here. I feel you, man, because sometimes when the chat get to moving, you miss out on who's greeting you, so you just want to greet everybody. Trick Boxing is back saying that Stormy B, man, salute OG. Salute to you. Let's see. We got more and more that's going on here. Antonio Hambrick is saying, I'm here, Sensei, front of the class. That's right, man. Don't be no class clown, coming in and get you some good information. Mr. Shelton is back. Salute to you, Mr. Shelton. I understand that you've been going through a little bit, brother, and prayers and support and love is out there with you, man. He says, cooking some catfish fillets and red beans and rice, listening in. Hey, man, that sounds all right there, brother. Drew Titan LLC is in the building saying, yo, what's good with you, Drew? Picasso is back saying, salute, family. I'm driving right now. Okay. A condo said to Mr. Shelton, swine, catfish. Yeah. So welcome everybody. This particular episode, I called it ain't no side-stepping. Like the song ain't no half-stepping. But this has everything to do with what's going on in boxing, with all of this dancing around that you see people doing, not taking care of the business of boxing. And it's not cool when everybody is sitting around trying to see who gonna do what. And these guys who are titleists holding on to these belts, acting like, they belong to them forever. Hey, man, you're going to have to get your butt in there and fight, man. You know what I mean? You got to fight. And so what if the person that's on the horizon that you got to face is tough? Huh? This is what you signed up for. Huh? Training wheels are off, baby. You got to fight. And we have more than a few of these guys out here in the sport, and they're across the weight classes. So it's not one particular weight class that's kind of showing this, but it's several of them. And we got to listen. We got to turn the heat up on these guys. Turn the heat up on them. Make sure they get their butts in the ring. There's been too much of that, taking it easy, huh? And we can talk about that this evening. One of the ones that we got to talk about, no mercy, is this dude George Kambosos, What the hell you doing out there messing around? Dude, you won that title. And now it's time to defend it, All that talking you was doing going in, yeah, I think the titles deserve to be, unified for one champion and this and that. He gets the belt and immediately start talking about, it's got to make sense. As long as it makes sense. Dude, boxing don't make sense nowadays. So when you started saying that, I immediately knew that you were going to start moving funny. And yes, that's exactly what you're doing. You're moving funny and it stinks. You, Lou DiBella, you guys think you're going to hold on to those belts. You're going to lose them even faster. Because you're trying to play these games. You're lucky to make the money that you made fighting Teofimo. And now you think somebody is going to just come out of the woodwork with multiple millions for you? You are nobody, You're nobody. Who knew George Kambosos before all of this long and drawn out mess with Teofimo? And we're not even talking about getting to the fight yet, Because don't forget, they were trying to prostitute themselves to different promotional groups and everything to try to get more money out of the situation, a more lucrative deal, Postponements and changing of promoters and this and that. And then when the fight finally happened, it was a knockdown drag out by both men. But yes, George did win the fight, hands down. But somehow the spirit of Teofimo matriculated over into his body. You know how you see these movies, the body snatchers and everything. So now whatever was in Teo about avoiding, going out there, facing the top opposition, going for undisputed, that's done got into George now. He moving the same exact way. And people know less of him than they knew of Teofimo. And he ain't trying to make no deal with somebody who gonna fight him for real. He not. And it's like you can see how the dude is moving, man. It's time for these guys to have a fire lit under their behind, and it's time for them to fight. I'm sick of it, man. It's ridiculous. Who else we got out here? Couple people. 704 Joe is in the building saying, Sensei is greeting me with the gi. Oos. Antonio Hembrick is saying, what's up to Drew? And Mr. Shelton is saying, same of Thomas. And Tay Tay is saying 100. Who else? I saw a new face in here. Yes, sir. There he is. My man Scrapbook Boxing is in the building. 1/3 of the 3 wise men of boxing. My brother, he's saying, peace, Stormy. Keep cooking them hot grits, brother. Okay? Yeah, you want some bacon in them grits or some shrimp? Because, sometimes people like a little Cajun, Cajun. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Scrap. Let's see. It just jumped up on me. Acondo says, I don't even know what to do with boxing in this era. This generation move like chumps. Yeah. Or like Drew Titan play on his channel, chimps. Hello, monkeys. I love that when Drew play that clip, man. I crack up every single time because it's so appropriate, man. And it's like the ones you call monkeys are the ones who are moving so shadily, both in boxing as well as in fandom, Monkeys out here, bro. minstrel show. It's ridiculous. Man, Drew Titan is in the super chat. He says, it's like Lord of the Rings. Everyone is a noble warrior until they touch that damn ring and lose their mind. Yeah, Drew, isn't that the truth? It's just like that. Huh? Hi, my precious. You know, they get a hold of a title and it just warps and dements the mind. Huh? They sink into some type of deep, dark, cavernous place that their soul is just like emptied and dark. They no longer are a fighter. Huh? They are a frauder. Yeah. Huh? Lord of the Rings. That's it. That's a great analogy there, Drew. Perfect. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Volts UK is out there. He says, salute Stormy B, man. Drew Titan, Mr. Shelton, 704 Joe, Scrapbook, and the whole chat. Yeah, man. Why we got to deal with this foolishness? You know, champions usually, when they become a champion, they want to show the world that they're a champion. They might even pick out a soft touch or two, but they go out and they look to like perform because they want that adulation and adornment that the crowds can give them. These guys here, man, they move so shadily. It's almost like, you know, a runway model who don't want to get the dress dirty or something. It's like, man, this is a dirty sport. You gonna bleed? You gonna hurt? You just want to parade around and then expect somebody to pay you a big old bag of money. But that's also on these promoters because they throw away dollars ridiculously. And they have to be more responsible with what they're doing with that buyer's dollar, man. They're very bad with that. And I wish that we could see a big turnaround in that department as well, because as long as you know that these promoters are throwing bad money at some of these individuals, this is what you're going to get. But I tell you, if they tighten those purse strands, you know, you'll see some different things take place. You'll see some very different things take place. You know? And that's something to talk about, because these people know that they can get you for a minute and they'll get you for as long as they can within that minute, huh? And then after that, they'll go back to having to deliver, you know, what they got to deliver. So, yeah. But yeah, I just, you know, want to open up saying that about Mr. Kambosos, because he really has put a nasty taste in the mouth of the boxing public, man, with some of the stuff that he's been doing. All he got to do is make the damn fight with Devin Haney, bro. That's all he's got to do. Win, lose, or draw. Huh? And if you lose, you'll lose getting paid the biggest purse you could ever get in your career. Period. Nobody else is going to provide you with that. Huh? Nobody. But, yeah, let's move on into some boxing news, man. There's some things that I've seen that I wanted to talk about in the news department. And I'll tell you something. There is a lot going on. A lot. Let me see something here. I gotta. You know what, family? I gotta take care of something really quick. And I'm going to Let me take care of this. I'll be right back. Just hold tight, family. One moment. I'm back. Hope you guys enjoyed my little music interlude there while I had to step away from the mic. That's what being a one-man operation, you got to do these little things, tweak some things, get everything together. So appreciate you guys holding tight for me. Let's see who else. I saw a couple more people jumped into the building. We got Mark Stearns out there. I see you out there, Mark. MPWTF is in the building saying salute Sensei and chat family. Salute to you as well. Who else we got? Yahweh is back with us saying, what's good? I see you out there. Yeah, we got a lot of... Hit that like button as you come in, people. I see the numbers are going up. That's pretty good. I appreciate that. Was going to get into some news articles. I was combing the web to see what's really the hot talk, right now. And interestingly, it's this Dillian White and Tyson Fury fight that is kind of on people's minds right now. And according to Boxing 24, late this afternoon, they reported that Fury versus Dillian White on ESPN pay-per-view on April 23rd. So that's not too far from now, but according to Boxing 24, American boxing fans will need to pay to watch WBC heavyweight Tyson Fury defend his title against Dillian White on ESPN pay-per-view for their fight on April 23rd in the UK. The contest will also be shown on BT Sports box office pay-per-view in the UK. They're going on to say it's a little jarring that American boxing fans will be asked to pay for this, given White, who's 28-2 with 19 KOs and isn't a household name in the States. Yeah, and they're putting this on pay-per-view, and we know, people, as the brother Drew Titan has covered this, man, Tyson Fury is not a pay-per-view star. He is not. And I would really like to see what these figures are going to be, because I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't ordering that. I'm saying it right now. I'm not going to pay for Tyson Fury and Dillian White on pay-per-view. No sirree, huh? I'm going to steal it, Tim Smith. I'm stealing this fight, and I'll steal some of them extra spare ribs that you be eating and snacking on, huh? Mr. Roly-Poly over there talking about what fight fans will steal and what they're... Man, yeah, we're stealing this one. How about that? Huh? With the vast $41 million winning purse bid by promoter Frank Warren on Friday, today, the money has got to come from somewhere to make up for the expenditures for the huge purses for Fury and White. Yeah. How about Bob Arum, huh? He's in the red with Tyson Fury. Pay-per-view in the U.S. and UK along with ticket sales will hopefully cover the cost. Hopefully, huh? You always have to pay attention to the wording, people. The promoters for the event are going to need to stack the undercard with recognizable U.S. fighters if they want to bring in a lot of pay-per-view buys. Because it's not enough that Fury will be fighting in the main event. You bet your dirty underwear it ain't enough. And even if they stack the card, we're still going to steal the fight. Huh? We're stealing. Huh? That's right. Let me get back to my chat real quick. So people saying some things out there. That's Me has joined us saying Stormybman salute. Yahweh says Fury is the devil. MPWTF says G5 Gaze salute. And Bruce Gold says, didn't we talk about all these ridiculous pay-per-views last night? We sure did, Bruce Gold. Lewis Hinton says Fire Stick. Yeah. Bruce Gold says, I'll send you links, Stormybman. Appreciate that, Bruce. I appreciate that. Thrill Hill says, straight up pay-per-view flop. And William Old School Art says, Bruce Goes, they know damn good well that Fury and versus White is not a pay-per-view. That's why you got to make damn sure well that you don't pay for it. Huh? That's me says, ain't no way in hell Fury versus White is a $40 million fight. Man, a $15 million fight at best. Both guys, huh? Split the $15 million. G5 Gabe says, yes, sir, we did. Yeah, we talked about it last night, man. We cannot be showing support for a sport that's not supporting what we want. Think about it like this. You want a pair of Jordans. You know, I don't wear Jordans, but it's like, let's just say you want a pair of Jordans. And you know what they cost. But they tell you, we won't get Jordans in for another 9 months. But over here, we got these Air Kids, huh? And they're every bit as popular outside the U.S. as the Jordans are in the U.S. And you could have them, this pair right here, we sell them to you for $325. Man, you couldn't walk out of that joint fast enough, right? Think about it. That's what they're asking you with these boxing matches. Come on, man. Not at all. Not at all. Listen, man. I'm just very disappointed with how they treat boxing fans, you know? Very disappointed, man, because they disrespect you and then turn around and ask you to spend your dollars. Huh? It goes on to say, Warren won this purse bid on Friday, and the match is being targeted for the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales. They did take one moment to put a sentence in here that's very telling about this potential fight. It says, you can argue the only reason Fury's fights did well recently in the U.S. is that he was fighting American Deontay Wilder. Without Wilder, Fury wouldn't have been able to fight on pay-per-view without it bombing. You see there? You see there. So who's the real star of boxing in the heavyweight division, regardless of who has the titles, huh? They just told you out of their own mouths through this written word here, who is the man? They're saying the purses will now be Fury getting 7.9 million, 8 million, and White getting 7.4. Whoever wins the fight will get an additional 4.1 million. This is ridiculous. According to Dan Raphael, Fury will be using the unbeaten heavyweight prospect Jarrett Anderson as his sparring partner to help him prepare for the fight. Anderson is a fighter that helped Fury get ready for his recent trilogy match with Deontay Wilder, which he won by late stoppage. And he says, I just spoke to Bob Arum about Fury White purse bid. He said that he spoke to Tyson Fury right after, and Tyson told him to make sure to get Jarrett Anderson, the prospect of the year, over to the UK to spar with him. Arum said Jarrett will indeed be in Fury's camp and fight on the card, said Dan Raphael. Man, if anything, that makes me not like Jarrett Anderson. I don't like Jared Aronson, people. I don't like him already. Huh? He ain't even done nothing, but I don't like him. He going over there for Massa to help him out. Salute to Curtis Price. I see you out there, brother. Lambros K says, salute, Stormy. And the chat, he says, Fury versus White almost makes me feel bad for the promoters. No American is buying this fight. Man, you don't feel bad for these people, man. Don't feel bad for them. Help contribute to their woe and pit, huh? Help contribute to it. Smash them. Yahweh says, Fury will forever be shrouded in a dark cloud of immorality. Yeah, amongst other crap. Huh? Yeah. MPWTF says, facts. William says, what we got here with you, William? He says, believe it or not, some wilder hate channels will buy that fight. Listen, man, we know that, right? We know. We know. Mark Stern says he's laughing at burnt gargoyle. Picasso says flop. Yeah. It's going to be a flop. It's going to be a flop, brother. And I'm going to do the best I can to help make it a flop. The best I can. Lambro says, yup, history tends to forget Nikolai Valuev, the Baby Joe Messis, and the Tyson Furies. Right? There you go. That's putting it in proper perspective, Lambros. Andrew Charles says, Jared, young as hell. He's taking jobs and cashing checks. Yeah, but there are some all money ain't good money, Mark Stearns. That's what happens when a person has no ethics, huh? And then they cry when they're on the screwed end, huh? Everybody gets a pumped in the rear end when you play around with those people. Yeah. So I won't be there for him. I ain't. You guys who loving him now and everything because he young and all of that, but he on the wrong track, baby. He on the wrong track. There comes a time you have to break away from helping other people be good because you want to be great yourself. Huh? I think the saying is just say no. Huh? Yeah. But see, that's Bob for you. Because Bob gonna tell him. You get your butt on over there to the UK and help him out. Yes, sir, boss. Yeah. That's how that's gonna go. You don't have to be there for that, man. Who has Fury ever been there for? Can somebody answer that question? Who has Fury ever been there for? I'll wait. I'll wait. I guess I'll be waiting until old age, so I'm not going to wait anymore. You know, that article is in Boxing 24, so you guys can check it out. Go over to the website and check that article out yourself. But I'm done with that article there in particular because my stomach gets turned thinking about Fury getting opportunities and everything and has never been held accountable for a lot of things. I don't like it. I don't like Dillian White. And, You know, if they both fell down the stairs walking up into the ring and broke their legs, I say make them fight anyway. Kondo is laughing at G5. Yave says, yeah, himself. Lambros Case says, not even Billy Joe Saunders. Yave calls him the coke dealer. And Curtis Price says, Stormy B-Man, I always said Deontay Wilder was a pay-per-view king. Yes, he is. Lambros is laughing. That's me says, he was there singing for Bob on his birthday. Yeah, but that singing ain't going to bring Bob out the red, though. Yeah, Picasso, Billy Joe dad got beat up in front of Fury. Fury didn't want to go over there and get that old ridiculous shirt he was wearing torn up, because that's what the people was going to do if he tried to go in and help. Them people was going to let his ass have it. Huh? Mr. Shelton says, the dope man. Kondo says, I'd rather binge watch the Golden Girls than to watch that trash fight. Yeah, man. Yeah. Antonio says, he's very chinny. He was KO'd by Atlanta's best heavyweight, Mack Truck. Hey, there you go. William says, Daniel Kinahan is the only one, and we know why. Yeah, I don't know about this, man. In other news, the WBO has ordered Demetrius Andrade and number 1 ranked Zach Parker to begin negotiations for a fight for their interim super middleweight title. That's kind of interesting because I know that Andrade wants to move up, and Canelo is still calling him a horrible fighter and saying that he don't want to fight the guy. You know what I mean? Calvin Johnson out there, he says, salute to your king, Stormy B-Man, and family in the building. Just got the notification, King. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Slap a like on that button, man. This article goes on to say, Still Boxing 24 here, says the WBO ordered Demetrius Andrade and number 1 ranked Zach Parker to begin their negotiations today for a fight for their interim super middleweight title, in addition to the winner being the WBO interim super 168-pound champion. Is believed that they could become the mandatory to the WBO's super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. He just gonna vacate the belt? Oh, chump, coward. The 33-year-old Andrade has found himself unable to get any of the notable fighters at 160 to face him in the last 4 years since winning his title in 2018. It is safe to say that if Andrade were to have chosen to stay at middleweight, the situation wouldn't have improved and he'd eventually lose his title against one of the obscure fighters in the division. If he fought regular, he wouldn't have to worry about losing to anybody. Bernard Hopkins fought regular, frequent, often, and beat up all comers. This is what you have to do. It says Andre's decision to go up in weight at 168 gives him a chance to get bigger fights against some of the top names in the division, like Canelo, David Benavidez, and Caleb Plant. Those are 3 good fights for Andre, but I bet he doesn't fight any of the 3. Andrade, who's 31-0 with 19 KOs, is vacating his WBO 160-pound title to move up to 168 with the intention of trying to force a fight against Canelo, who Demetrius has had no chances of fighting during his 14-year professional career. Many of those years, Andrade has fought in the same weight classes as Canelo, yet has had no opportunity to fight him. Canelo hasn't shown interest in fighting Demetrius. See, that right there, that's instead of saying, like, if this was Canelo chasing Andre, they'd be talking about Andre been ducking him for 14 years. But the fact that it's the other way around as far as the pursuit is by Andre, they're just saying that Canelo has had no interest in him. What a play on words, man. You get sick of these people and the way they write these articles and everything and the way that they project on television. They are really crafty. Salute to L-Dub out there in the chat. He says, what's good? What's good with you, L-Dub? Good to see you, bro. G5 says, shout out to Knockout Boxing 86 for the update. Andre can move up and keep his belt at 160, which is a good move and gives him a little leverage. L-Dub says Andre is not vacating his 160-pound title. They are off. Appreciate that, L-Dub. See, that's why, L-Dub is the man. He knows these things, But again, when they put this stuff out there, a lot of times it's like just trying to be first, saying something and not saying much at all. Nah. Acondo says Canelo will never fight him. And Andre might as well focus on the other fights to keep his lights on. Yeah, Canelo ain't going to fight him. See, Andre, his style is too much like men who have given Canelo his most difficulty. Particularly Erisande Lara. The southpaw position, the lateral movement, and the pop on the punches. Those are things that Canelo at this stage isn't interested in entertaining. He wants to go about his business trying to get maximum dollar with minimum risk. But someone who is a promoter or someone who's dealing with him economically need to tell him, you get your little redhead, freckle-faced butt in that ring and fight somebody. Damn it. You've made a lion's share of cash, but now it's time to risk that ass. Get in there and fight somebody. That's all. That's what they need to tell him. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they just letting these guys move how they want to move. And then there are fighters out here who really want to put it on the line. And you got promoters, roadblocking them and, roping off the scene of the crime and things like that, not allowing them to go out there and challenge. William says, Stormybman, what needs to happen is that networks need to cut him off until he starts fighting legitimate opponents. Yeah. Mark Stern says, facts, 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 Stormybman. Calvin Johnson says, G5 Gabe, salute to you, King. Much love and respect to you, King. Yeah. G5 has said, I said the same thing with a little more details. You know me, man. Sometimes I can make it short and sweet, and then other times I can go deep. But it's like when it comes down to this stuff, man, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know what would be sweet? What if Chris Eubank Jr. came in there and got an opportunity against Canelo and upset him? Boy, it would be some tight jaws in the sport of boxing, wouldn't it? Because he seems like the type of guy that Canelo would cherry pick. Yeah, it could happen. Guys, can you still see the poll in the chat? Because I can't see it anymore. I was looking for it, and on my page, it doesn't show up. Because I put a poll in this evening's show. Put that poll in there. I wanted to see what the poll was saying, but I can't see it. I'm not really good at that kind of stuff, putting polls in there and everything. Okay, you guys are saying you didn't even see the poll. That's amazing. They must have cut it off before I, went live because it was in there. Damn. William says, Stormybman, I said that about Jamal. Hopefully Jamal catches Canelo and puts him on his back. I think Jamal is in trouble fighting Canelo. The only reason that Jamal is on Canelo's radar is that poor performance against Montiel. And Montiel isn't half the fighter that Canelo is, and Jamal had issues in that fight. See, I think Jamal has become a little content. He's got that money in the bank. He's got a new home. He's got, he's living the life. But when you start living the life, it's not the life of a fighter. Fighters are hungry. You know what I mean? Used to be's are content. And right now, it's looking like he's a used-to-be fighter. I appreciate that, Calvin. Yeah, it was there just before I went live, and then they must have erased it after I went live or something. And so I see now that I have to create my polls when I go live, so they'll be live in the chat, Appreciate that. Votes UK says, that week, Stormybman, I will buy a lotto ticket. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? It's like, phew. Wow. Yeah, the news is like, it's kind of slow because the fighters, they don't want to move, man. So tomorrow night, we got the fight that's coming on. Robeson Concepcion against Xavier Martinez. That might be a pretty good TV fight, man. You know, Concepcion is always giving a good effort out there. And Martinez is going to look to bring it. It's going to be an interesting fight. Let's see here. I'd like to know what you guys think about this particular fight. You know, it's going to be on ESPN Plus. These type of fights are good TV fights. Yeah, Votes UK, they may have changed it, bro. You could used to see the time layout. I don't see it. I see it on my phone, but I don't see it on my tablet, and I don't see it on my laptop. But on my phone, it's there. The time stamp is there. Votes UK. So I don't know what they're doing, man. YouTube has been switching up a lot of things lately, and they just kind of leave us to ourselves, with this. But yeah. So what are you guys are thinking about this fight tomorrow with Concepcion? Concepcion. Why I say Concepcion? Concepcion and Martinez tomorrow night. What do you guys think about this particular fight? Like I said, I think it's a good TV fight. Votes UK says Charlo is inactive too. Yeah. Well, that's the main thing. The inactivity, sitting up, he and his brother disrespecting fans and stuff and slapping people's cell phones out of their hands because they taking pictures and stuff. It's like, and I've heard, and Trick Nolte has told me some stories about these guys in public and how they treat people in the public. And that's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. You're a world champion, and you out here being the biggest jerk, huh? But the wheel does turn. You see, they don't think of it now because they running around, damn skinny jeans on, blood being drawn from their head, and all of this, carrying their man purses and all of this stuff. That's fleeting. Just like fame, it's fleeting. It don't last forever, huh? No matter how much you play Keith Sweat, it ain't gonna last forever. And them little women y'all got and everything, they with you, you think they down, but let that money stop coming in and see what happened, huh? Yeah. Absolutely. Lambros K says it looks like the Charlos are thinking too much on social media instead of boxing. That's a lot of the fighters of today. They thinking more about social media than they think about being in that gym, getting better, becoming a world-class, legacy-defining fighter. It's like, it's okay, because there's always somebody on the come-up that's ready to take that seat. Lambros K, that's funny. You said, remember when Lil Wayne said he saw Broner in the club before a fight and told him to go to the gym. You're not famous yet. Listen, man. That's one of the things these guys do. You know, they feel like they got to party. They got to have a good time. Yeah, one of the fights we talked about last night is Chris Eubank against Liam Williams. This is a good fight for Eubank. Demetrius Andre defeated Liam Williams, and this is a good fight to gauge how much better Eubank Jr. has gotten. And, you know, spectacularly on the undercard will be Clarissa Shields coming back to defend her middleweight championship, you know. I really want Clarissa in boxing. I don't want her in MMA, but she's doing things to put herself in a position of being great, and I have to respect that. But she's a fighter. She's a boxer, and she's definitely world class. I just don't want there to be a drop off from focus and things like that. But it'd be exciting to see her return to the ring and what I love seeing her do, and that's box. You know. Smash that like button, people. Now, Eubank and Williams, as far as I'm concerned with that, that's going to be a telling fight. We will be able to gauge where Eubank Jr. is, because although Williams is not a world beater, he's definitely a challenge. You know, he's not a guy that's going to come up out of there easy. And just to see him be able to perform, I think that Eubank Jr. is still working with Roy Jones Jr. They've had several camps under their belt now. Just to see what he can do is going to be very important. And I'm digging that. I'm digging that big time. You know. A lot of people out here doing stuff here. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of ways to tell when people really support you and when they really don't. Huh? Stormy about to get real funky on here. Something you ain't seen from me. But it's going to happen. Sometimes people force your hand. And that's okay, because I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? This is bullshit. One of the topics that I had wanted to revisit too is the Russell Maxeo fight. You know, all of this newfound support that Maxeo has because of being awarded a victory over Gary Russell Jr. And notice I chose my words. He was awarded a victory over Gary Russell. That doesn't mean he beat Gary Russell. He has a victory over Gary Russell that was awarded him. But he didn't do anything to take the champion's title. He didn't do anything to put the champion in peril or jeopardy. And he did not beat the man. But I've been listening to a lot of what's being said in the aftermath of the fight. I've been listening to a lot of people bicker amongst themselves within the community. You guys are so foolish for not understanding what goes on behind the scenes. And that doesn't mean that you need to be privy to what goes on behind the scenes so you can adjust your thinking or how you support or don't support or whatever. What that means is just simply that things aren't always what they seem. My thoughts and opinions on the fight and the outcome was that Father Time is undefeated. Gary fought with what he brought on that night, but I don't think he looked old. He had an injury, which was very obvious, but he still had enough guile to hold this young upstart in check. And that tells me that, barring the injury, he would have really shown this young man, what's up. But these delusional fans, and not even fans, but they just want to celebrate another one of the so-called black athletes, being taken down. Because it's not even about him losing. It's about somebody else getting the consideration over him. That man was in that spot for years. But I will say this. It's another lesson. He had an opportunity to take a couple of fights over the past 2 years. And everybody know about the negotiation gone south with the Haney camp. But sometimes brothers have to come together to make money. People like to throw around talking about Black Murderers Row a lot. But one of the things when they talk about Black Murderers Row is they don't talk about how these men who suffered under the Black Murderers Row banner, they help one another feed their families by fighting one another. You think they would like to fight someone else? Of course. But fighting one another multiple times, 6, 7, 8 times. But they were able to eat. And in those multiple fights, they got better fighting the quality of opposition that they faced. Spence and Crawford are going to have to learn how important it is for them to do one another a solid and give one another the biggest bank that they've had in their careers. And if you lose to the other, so be it. You lost to the better man. Come back and be a bigger man. but not facing each other at all, you really do a disservice to yourself and your colleagues. You know, Ali gave opportunities to guys who hadn't earned it, but were in need of $1. For any of you that watched the Star Wars Disney Plus show, the Mandalorian, they say something on there. This is the way. Yeah, this is the way. Feed your brothers. Brothers feed each other. You have an organization out there that has a bulletin board that says NBF. You have other organizations out there that live by that credo but don't have it posted, but they still believe in that. When are you going to start believing in supporting yourselves? This is why Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua really missed the boat when they had the opportunity to come together for Undisputed. One of them, if not both, could have enjoyed becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world by facing one another multiple times. And what other opponent out here today that they could have made the type of money that they would have made fighting each other? Two undefeated heavyweight champions. Hadn't happened since Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier back in 1970, 70, 71. And you have to respect that. People don't realize until they look back. William says, you're right. In the old days, guys fought a lot, but they always got better and learned from their mistakes. You get better and learn from your mistakes in everyday life. It's only the ones who are hard-headed, thick-skulled, that don't learn. But that's a different person. That's a fool. Huh? Lambro says, true. Fighters know the public looks at a loss as a career-ending event. Need to stop that outlook. It's not boxing. The people who buy into a loss being a career-ending event are not boxing fans. Those are the bandwagon riders and the also-rans. They try to curtail the essence of the sport in the direction that they see fit. Boxing doesn't work that way. Some fighters in the history of the sport didn't begin their path toward greatness until suffering losses, because the losses brought something to the individual that was not there prior to suffering a defeat. Some fighters have taken pride in, never been off their feet. Then they get knocked down. Now it's time to decide. Do I get up and continue? Or do I lay here and take the count? and just give up. Most get up and persevere and head forward. Then it becomes a thing of being knocked down is not so bad. Now it's about when I put somebody down, I keep them down. But those who consider a loss a career-ending event, they don't share the understanding of that. Because in boxing, there's something called the comeback. And there have been more than a few in the annals of the history of boxing that have displayed the comeback. Some, it has even defined their careers. Look at it like this. You go out and you see a woman and you want to shoot your shot with this woman. Now, you've had some women in the past. You shot your shot. They found you funny, attractive, or whatever, and they roll with you. But this particular woman ain't going to give you the time of day. She might even tell you, I'm sorry, but you're not in my league. Are you supposed to stop now? Are you supposed to not go after a woman now? Fold the tent and be, oh, you lost that one. It's over for you. No. You're going to work on your game, get better, and even if you can't get that one, you're going to go after one that might be better than her. Huh? And then that's when it's going to prove to you that, hey, you see, my efforts now I can see what I need to do. And when you do that, you put yourself in a position for someone to take note. And even that one that might have told you you weren't in her league, she may observe you from afar and be like, well, look at who he's with now. She's better than me. I wonder what he said to get her. He said, ain't no stopping us now. No one does it better. He's like, he's going to keep on keeping on. Everything that's necessary to achieve his goal. Think about those who say, oh, it's over for you. You can't get a woman, so you might as well go sit down somewhere in the mud hole. Let us walk over you. No. Last night we had a great discussion talking about the future fight that may take place between Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. This fight, if it takes place, will be born out of the dissension that took place between Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford, the lawsuit. You see, sometimes out of something bad, something good comes. And I've said this. This was a move that needed to be made by Crawford. And it is also something that will ignite the fire of these promoters who do things that are questionable ethic-wise in the sport. But it's the good that can come of this. Because this fight would not even be a consideration if lawsuit wouldn't put out there. Shakur Stevenson is the type of talent, just like Gary Russell Jr., just like Devin Haney, who has not only the physical gifts, the youth, and also at points they've shown the ring IQ to be a difficult out in the sport of boxing. And so these men who exhibit that, it will require more than just a physical person to defeat these men. So they will be avoided by less talented, less capable fighters. But these very same fighters, because they participate in the sport, require these type of tests, just as the talented guys require a test. So to just avoid someone because they're good, to avoid someone because they can move, they're fast, they punch hard, you signed up for this. And to cower and talk about somebody running away from you in the ring, all he did was move. He's supposed to move. Your job is to stop him from moving. Make adjustments. Become a complete fighter and be capable of doing more than just standing toe to toe and going blow for blow. Williams says, it's a damn shame that it took Crawford suing Bob to make that fight happen. If it does, yeah. But it's time for the fighters to stand up and grab the sport by its jugular and demand the best of the sport. This has to happen. It's like I got something in my eyes right now. But this is an example when we're talking about these are young fighters basically in their prime years. They're supposed to be fighting. And they're supposed to have fan bases. They're supposed to have people who love them. But not to the degree that you love them so much that you don't want them to fight because you don't want your guy to lose. I don't understand that. This new modern age and the thinking that the young people have today. It's like young people nowadays that do away with themselves because something's not going well for them. It's cold here in Chicago right now. Last few days, the temperatures have been in the single digits, in the low 20s. It's very uncomfortable having to go out in the cold. But one of the best things about Chicago is it's summertime. you can live a life in the summer here in Chicago. And people suffer through these winters looking for that break in the weather. In other words, it's like it's raining today, but the sun will come out tomorrow. Fighters have shadows over them all the time. But ever so often for he who has that real spirit in him, the spirit of a fighter, that light shines on him. And when it does, it's a beautiful thing. So you don't embrace a loss as finality. You know, it's over. You embrace the loss as an opportunity to show that you can persevere and come back and overcome. I, for one, think that this will be a fight where Shakur gets a chance to put something on display that we have not seen of him yet. Valdez is a tough customer. He's tough. But tough does not equate to good. Let that be known. And Shakur is good and borders on the possibility of becoming great. But he'll have to face tough cookies like Valdez to cement that. And Valdez should not run from the opportunity, because even in defeat, he can acquit himself admirably where people will respect him more, particularly with the type of performance he may be able to put out. That's important. We had a few numbers drop down. It's okay. Other people get on and, you know, they have their followers. Just know that there'll be a post-fight show tomorrow night after the fights. And then Sunday morning, there'll be a call-in show. We do what we can. I don't like to just talk everything up that everybody else has been talking. And then if I do happen to touch on something, I'll have my little own, spin on it. But it's not about beating a dead horse, Also, coming up will be another fight that we should steal. Thurman versus Barrios. Not a pay-per-view fight at all. Definitely a PBC Sunday night fight equivalent. Keith Thurman's been out of the game. It's a wonder he could still make welterweight, which I think he's going to have trouble with that. He'd make a great commentator, color analyst for boxing. But I no longer feel that he has the real championship grit and hunger that he had before becoming a world champion. And it has showed in his performances. It has showed in his mental approach to the sport. It has shown in his, inactivity. When that goes away, it's hard to get it back. Typically, guys who have found comfort in their lives, few dollars in the bank, and ways to kick it with other like-minded individuals. Yeah, Lambros K. He had trouble with Josecito Lopez before Pacquiao. But it's really up to Keith. How does he want to go out in the sport? Does he want to continue being who he's been? Or does he want to reinvent himself and rededicate himself, remotivate? Those questions are inside of him, and only he can seek the answers. When we talk about boxing, there are forever examples to support and substantiate, positions. But you realize a lot of people don't study the sport. They live in the moment. Even more reasons to study sport. Yeah, William. If he comes back and gets beat by Barrios, his career is in big trouble. His career is in big trouble because of the approach he's taken over his last couple of fights and the inactivity. He very well may be done before this fight. Yeah. But it's something to think about, isn't it? A lot of our people fell off when some other folks went live, and I understand people like to do their bit of supporting. But I appreciate everybody that stayed on here with me. And though I've slowed down some of the conversation of what I had to share with you, I just want you guys to know that I like to do this with quality and substance. Playing around a little bit with my graphics here because I haven't had certain things that I've shown in a while. As you see, I got my Cash App sign and my PayPal sign up there as a reminder that for those who prefer to submit donations in that manner, that's why I put it up on the screen as a reminder. Everybody can't send super chats, but those who find it more convenient to use a PayPal as a donation, there is a link in the description. Also for the Cash App, there's a link there as well. So just know, guys, that when I put that together like that, and I don't like to have it up on the screen all the time, therefore, because I'm not just doing that. But what I will be doing in the near future is I'm going to have a subscription drive. I want to drive my subscription numbers up. And the best way for me to do that is to start asking my channel members as well as my wrenches to please share my content on other social media. If you have a YouTube channel yourself, share it to your community page for those who are up with enough subscribers to post a community page. This is a better way of growing. When you're out there on other social media and you've got some people that you stay in contact with, you might message back and forth or whatever. If they're not a part of the Stormybman family, I would ask of you that, hey, come over here and check my man out. Let's join forces. He's got a subscription drive going. Let's get his numbers up. I'd be eternally grateful for that. One of the membership perks will be, being on a show with me, being on a panel, being, on a guest on the Friday night chop session, doing things like that. I will be looking to do those type of things to reciprocate the efforts. I've decided I'm going to have another giveaway. This will be another movie giveaway because it turned out that I had something and then I got a little more in abundance, and I said, okay, I want to share. I want to do this and get it out there. So when I have my drive, I want someone to win this particular gift and let it know that it's coming from Stormy. It's just like me giving it to you, but you have to earn it by doing your part. Lots of ideas I have, but I just need a little more support to help these things happen. I appreciate that, William. He says, Stormybman, you always have good content and I enjoy your shows. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll let you guys know right now that next week, the Three Wise Men of Boxing will return on Thursday, and we'll have a show for you. in the planning stages of what we're going to do when we come back. But just know that the show will go on, you know. So just know that, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of slowed down in here. You guys are not even talking amongst each other anymore. That's how I can tell it's time to go ahead and sign off. But I appreciate everybody that came out here and support me this evening, man. You know, you guys are real troopers, storm trackers, you know, supporting the storm. And just know, you know, I will be able to come back with some more stuff for you guys. But we're going to get on up out of here. Release you guys to your weekend. I hope you enjoy the fights tomorrow night. We will have a post-fight show tomorrow night. And we look forward to it. Sheena, I see you out there, Queen. Appreciate you as well. But I'm going to get on out of here. You guys enjoy your weekend. Enjoy those fights. And we will return. So, shout out to the mighty LDBC. And you guys take it easy. Stormybman is up.